Hey, it's Pastor Misha. Listen, we're about to start our 7 a.m. conversations at 7 a.m. With Cathedral Praise and myself. And we're going to be talking about faith in action. Listen, the church has to step up. We've got to take our rightful place in this community. There's too many things that are going on. The church is coming under attack. Spiritual leaders are coming under attack. And we need to do our best and our role and responsibility in making sure that we step into the space that we are need to be in. We got to step up, show up, and speak up. I want you to join me in just a few minutes, 2 minutes, at Conversations at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. See you there.
Sunday morning conversation. Sunday morning.
Well, good morning, Conversation Club. Good morning to you. It's yet another glorious Sunday morning in the year 2025, and we are excited about what God is doing in this place. Listen, we are set up for great opportunities for the church to show up, step up, and speak up. It is that time now. I tell you what, we always want to give a shout out to Bishop Maynard, Dr. Mary T, and Pastor Jerry for their love and their support and for promoting and making sure that this platform is set up for us to engage in good conversation of ways in which we, the church, can utilize our hands as God does the work. God's work, our hands, is what God's assigned for us to do. And we're putting our hands to the plow and making sure that we're doing it. And I always want to say a thank you to all of you who join in every Sunday morning. You get up, you're plugged in, you're having discussions, you're sharing from your heart, and other people are blessed because you're sharing. And we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's engage. We've been talking to you about kind of like the role, of the community, of the church in the community. And today we're going to be talking to you that with faith in action, learning to serve without strings. That's one of the things that I think is a hard task for many people, not everybody, but for a lot of people, is that when you serve or when you're doing something or you may provide a service, you may do something that you're expert in, and but without getting any pay or any compensation. Nowadays, anything someone does, they're looking for the reward. They're looking for compensation. But at some point in time, we've got to learn how to serve without strings, like no strings attached. I'm doing this because my heart says I should. There's so many people that's on this timeline right now that I see in the chat that did the good mornings, and I know that you're sitting there. Others of you may not have plugged in to let me know that you're here, but I know from experience that you've been serving in the community without strings. I see you on your posts where you're out feeding the homeless or feeding those who are less fortunate than ourselves. And you're out there doing it. I see you going to the hospitals and to the nursing homes and making sure you're just praying for people. I know that you're doing it. I see you out there in the communities where you're taking waters to people who do not have opportunity to be hydrated as hot as it is. We see you in the community making phone calls, just checking on people, making sure that you're availing yourself. We see you in the community. We see you giving your resources to other nonprofits so that they can carry on the assignments that God has placed in their hands. And that to me is also big because that's without strings. You're giving it to somebody and saying, hey, just go out there and do it. And I'm not asking you to call my name. I just need to know that it's being done. I see you taking time out of your busy schedule just to sit with someone or just to check on somebody. These are the things that we can do when we're serving without strings. And there's so much more. And wouldn't it be nice if all of us were stepping up to the plate and walking into the community? Your community could be your little community. It could be your city. It could be your state. It could be your nation. It could be your family. It could be international. Whatever you deem or have marked off as your community, that's just what it is. But we need to make sure as believers that we are serving without strings. Let's go to James 2:14-17. What good is it if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? What good is it? If your faith is just out there faith is out there and you have nothing to show for it. Faith requires you to move, to act, to be live. Faith and it says this faith without works is just dead, right? And I talked to you all about dead faith. It means it's not producing. You say you have it. You say you're saved. You say that you love God. You say that you're called with a purpose. You say that you have the heart of Christ, but yet you're not moving. You're not doing. You're not putting your work out there. Your hands are not moving. Your body is not out there. We've got to make sure that we're doing what God has called for us to do. Now, here's the first question for you. I want you to define community service. You define it. What does community service mean to you? What does community service mean? Pop it back up there. To you. When you talk about community service, what does it mean to you? I rattled off a whole laundry list of them just a few minutes ago. But what does it mean to you? What does community service literally mean to you? When you hear this, when you think of ways in which you can do better, when you think of ways in which you can make a stronger impact, what does it mean to you? What does it look like to you? And then if it's different than what we've discussed, how can we reimagine it to be better? Like, what else can we do? Some of you all are doing something every day. You say, Pastor Mitchell, I don't have time in my day. I'm going to work. I'm taking care of, my grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews, my godchildren. I really don't have much more time to give it. But what does it look like to you? Community service shows up for me in multiple ways. Individually, calling people, checking on people, taking young ladies out to lunch, spending time with them, encouraging them, making sure that I'm imparting in them things that I've learned along this journey. That's individually. In my collective service, I'm a part of organizations where I not only give funds to them, but I also show up. I'm going to expungement clinics to make sure that people can get some of these crazy things off of their records that are carrying with them, that's prohibiting them from voting, from getting driver's license, making sure that they're able to be a function and contributor to society. So I do expungement clinics. I go to health fairs and show up there to assist because it's important to me that, the health of people. So that's my collective area. And then I also do spiritual. So I'm out ministering. I'm out talking to people. I'm out. I'm in the pulpit, but I'm outside of the pulpit where I'm ministering. I'm on social media encouraging you so that you can be better to society. Those are some of my community efforts. What are you doing to contribute to your ministry? Come on here. Lady Brenda Marshall Robinson says, I am contributing my time and efforts unpaid. Exactly. Unpaid. I'm not looking for anything in return. You don't have to call my name. I don't have to get an award. I'm not doing it so I can, put myself in a position where I can join another organization. Some people only do community efforts so they can be a part of an organization because that's the requirement, or they do it because they're going to get some money, or they do it because, they're going to get, they're in line for an award. That's not what I do it for. I'm not trying to increase my profile. I'm not trying to be a shining star. I do it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for that, Lady Brenda, for even sharing that. What are some of you doing in the community to ensure that your service, that your work is not going, is just not staying in your camp, but that you actually are sharing it outside of your camp? What are you doing to make sure that your faith is not dead? Because faith without works is dead. Faith by itself, if it's not accompanied by action, is dead. Is dead. You got faith, but you have no works. You got faith, you have no action. You have faith, but you're not doing anything with your faith. You're not believing God for anything. I tell you what, it was the prophet that came to the widow's house, excuse me, to the woman's house, and she said to her, listen, she was said, I'm going to eat, me and my son is going to eat, we're going to die. He was like, wait a minute, you might not have faith, but I got faith for you to live. And isn't that what we're supposed to say? Oh, that was powerful to me. We should have enough faith, not just for ourselves, but we should have enough faith for our community to live. Put that in the chat. I've got to have faith for my community to live. We've got to take ownership of our community. I've got to have faith, not just for me and my household, but faith for my community to live. So who is your community? And who are you serving? And who is included in your community? If you have people in your community that are dying, that look like they're going astray, that looks like they're not on the right path, you have the power and the faith for your community to live. I love it. Y'all popping up in here. Come on and show me what's going on. Serving and serving unto God. God is greatest reward, and he's the elevator. I know. All right. Glory to God. Come on here. Sheila Worthington, mentoring teenagers. Yes, you do. I see you out there, Sheila. I see you out there. Come on here, Marietta. I'm not looking for anything for going to the nursing home or calling to send a message of encouragement. I'm not looking to have my name called along as long as God knows. I have seen it. I have been a recipient of your wonderful messages, Sister Marietta. I know that a faith for my community, yes, is a lot. I got enough faith for my community to live. I have enough faith. Come on, Debbie Keener. Speaking again, I have enough faith for my community to live. It does no good if you're the only one that's living and you live, and you're the only one that's thriving and everybody else around you is failing. What good is that? I mean, I don't want to hang out with no failing folks. So I have to put myself with people that are thriving. And if I see someone in my community that's not thriving, I got faith for you. I got enough faith for you to start thriving. Let's see what Marsha Mackey says. I assist with food distributions and help some young people with tuition. I love it. Isn't that something? Giving to scholarships, giving food to food pantries, coming down. We do food pantries every fourth Saturday. We don't want to do it this month, but it's starting in September. Every fourth Saturday, we do our clothing and food bank. If you have nothing else to do, roll up your sleeves and come down and help us there. But we are here to help people get alive. If you're not thriving, you can't hang with me. But if you want to thrive, meet me there. It's going to work out. Let's get this second question out here. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever done anything? Have you ever served and you were looking for recognition, or when you didn't get recognition, you were bothered? Just be honest. Just be honest. Because in order for us to move forward, for us to mature, for us to process things. So we have to be honest with yourself. Let me be transparent with you. I've done some things where I was like, wait a minute, they called everybody else's name but mine. I've been in some situations where I led teams or led groups and everybody else got the credit, but me. Like they didn't call my name, they didn't say anything, and it hurt. It offended me. I was offended. I'm just being transparent. I was offended. And so that's why I want to put that out there. That's why I got that question there, because I experienced it myself. It didn't mean that I didn't love God, didn't mean I wasn't saved, didn't mean I didn't have faith. But what it did mean was I had the wrong intent in my heart. I had mixed intents. Listen to that. I had mixed intentions of why I was doing what I was doing. Mixed intentions. Yes, I was serving God. Yes, I had a passion for what I was doing. But yes, I wanted some type of reward, some type of recognition. I wanted you to say something. I wanted you to call my name. I wasn't looking for the money, but I definitely was looking for the recognition. And it stemmed from low self-esteem. It wasn't because I was malice. It wasn't it was because I felt like I needed the approval or the recognition of men. Let's just put it on the table. Y'all know I like to say that. Put it all on the table. Let's have this conversation. Let's put it all on the table. I've been there before. Where I was offended because they didn't call my name. Everybody else got called. Everybody else was recognized. Everybody else got money shook in their hands. I got a gift card and they didn't give me a gift card. And I was so wounded. But let me tell you what happened for me. One, I had to mature in that area. Two, I had to address the root of why I was offended. Can I talk to you all about this? Sometimes your offense seems surface, but you need to get to the root. As I just described to you, the root was having low self-esteem, not believing in myself, not believing in the God in me. And so I was always looking outside of myself and looking outside of God for recognition. Y'all see how that worked? Looking outside of myself, outside of God for recognition. But once I locked in, knowing that whatever God said about me was enough, and then believing in myself and in the God in me, I don't have a problem anymore. If you don't call my name, I'm like, whatever. As a matter of fact, I've come to a place and a position right now as a leader, and I talked to you all about that in that post. We'll hit it in a minute. That as a leader, I'm pushing other people forward. Sometimes I even throw the recognition to somebody else. I know that they didn't do it, but I just throw it to them anyway because I want to make sure that they feel encouraged to get to do it maybe the next time. I don't have to be up front. I don't have to be in the scene. But what I found though is when I changed my posturing, not my position. I talked to you all about that. My posturing. I found out that opportunities open, more opportunities have come. More people are recognizing my gifts and my talents. More people are pushing me to the forefront. More people are saying, you can do this. The things that I wanted done back then when I was crying in my pillow, is happening to me now that I'm not focused on what I'm doing. I'm just doing it out the bottom of my heart. So I want to share this with you. If you have mixed intentions, thank you, Roberta. If you have mixed motives, what I want you to know, get to the root of it, address the root of it, cancel out the root of it, dig it up, do whatever you got to do to get it out of you so that when you move with pure intentions. Bless you, Pastor Christmas. You move with pure intentions. We've got to learn how to move with pure intentions. You cannot have all of these mixed intentions because God will not bless your works. You may get some little trinkles, but you won't have the full blessing of God. I'm telling you now, as a testimony, that when I stepped out the way, God showed up and did what he needed to do. Let's go to this third question here. When people experience your ministry, do they feel helped, loved, or persuaded? When people experience you, Do they feel helped, loved? Do they feel persuaded? Do they feel like they have been positively impacted by you? Now, that doesn't mean that it's always a good conversation. That doesn't mean that it's always, it doesn't mean it's always going to be pleasant. Sometimes your help in your ministry, what you're doing is helping people be better. Sometimes somebody can come to you and say, okay, hey, listen, I saw what you did, but if you tried it this way, you'll get a better result. Okay. That doesn't mean that they don't love you and that you're not receiving love. Sometimes you need correction because you correct the people that you love. If you want somebody to be better, you'll stop and correct. You'll stop and help. I'm learning this the hard way because I used to just walk off and be like, whatever. But now the Lord has me stop and stop and help this person. Try to help this person get to the next level. Talk to them, work with them, share with them. Be the good example that you need to be in order for people to experience God and know what God has for them. Let me see what Lady Brenda said. When you are not recognized for your action, you may have feelings of being undervalued, which can lead to decreased motivation. Remember where your blessing comes from. That's good. That's good, Lady Brenda. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Because a lot of times we do feel like we've been pushed to the side. And then listen to that. This just ties right into that third question. Because when you feel undervalued, then sometimes when you show up, that stench shows up with you. You know what I'm saying? That little nasty attitude comes into the room with you, and people experience that. And you be like, all I was trying to do was just help. Well, you was helping with the wrong attitude. You was helping with, you had a little stench to you when you came in the room, little that wasn't taken care of, wasn't washed in the blood of the Lamb, wasn't washed real good in the spirit. The spirit didn't get a chance to wash you real good, and it's showing up. So when you show up, people should experience love. People should experience peace, joy, persuasion. They should experience what God has given and gifted you to do. They should experience, let me say it again, what God has given and gifted you to do. You should be able to help people, love people, and persuade people. And that's what they should experience. I told you all before with the tree, the fig tree, that's what that was all about. When it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, when the fig tree wasn't producing like it was supposed to, Jesus cursed it. And the same thing happens to us when we are going around God's people, going around God's creation, and we're not treating it the way God will. God is he's not going to bless it. He's going to curse it. I don't need God cursing my actions. I don't need God cursing my ministry. I don't want God cursing my anointing. I want him cursing anything that he's given to me to do. I want him to continue to bless it. I want him to continue to put his hands on it. I want him to continue to be motivating me. I want him to continue to bless me, to show me favor, to show me grace and mercies. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So we need to make sure that we are doing what God has called for us to do. Listen to this. Galatians 5:13 says, serve one another humbly in love. Okay. So if people are experiencing us and there's a little taint, y'all know what I'm talking about. If it's a little stench, a little smelly to you, it's not what God, it don't smell like God. It doesn't have God's aroma and his fragrance, but it has your arrogance and not God's fragrance. Then go back to this scripture right here. Serve one another humbly in love. Serve each other. Move through love. Remember what you're doing is for the love of God and the love of God's people. It's not for yourself. So if you're having a problem with that, here's some things I told you. Let me give it to you again. So for the first thing is we've got to first start serving. Number two, when we serve, get our attitude together. If it's a problem, then check yourself and find out what the root is and deal with the root. Okay? Deal with the root. And then the third thing is when people experience you, they should experience God. It's really just that simple. When they experience me, they need to experience God. And if they're not, then hey, do a checkup and find out. Run your life, run your movement against the word of God, not anybody else. Okay, this is key. You don't need to go ask somebody else, did I handle this correctly? Unless it's a godly person that can really pray with you through and be truthfully honest with you. But the person that you need to go to is, first of all, is Christ. You need to check his word, because his word will help you. His word will help you. Once you start working on yourself, you can have an accountability partner and say, do you see me getting better? Do you see me improving? Because it is always good to have a accountability partner. Listen, you all are seeing across this scroll. I want to make sure you see it. It is August. We do our Purpose Over Pain campaign in August. I've kept it low key this year because we have so many things we're doing. We're doing at the church today. We're going to be celebrating Bishop Maynard's the ecumenical service for him. He's on the general board again. So that service takes place at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Cathedral of Praise, or you can catch us on our social ministry platforms and check us out. But at 5 p.m., we will be there. We will be there starting off with a pre-service at 4:35, and then at 5 p.m., we will be in the place. So that's on this today. Okay. We also have going on Thursday, Dorinda Clark Cole will be with at the church. She's not gonna be with us, but she's at the church for the Stella Awards, but she's doing her own thing. And so they're having a talent show, and then there's going to be some singing going on. If you, as a church member, part of Cathedral Praise Church, or even on this platform, and you're going to be in town, please let us know if you want to attend. We've got to turn in our names to their team. They're going to have a special section for Cathedral of Praise to make sure that everybody's sitting together and we have some good seats so that we are not pushed back, since it is at our church. And so please let me know. I'm also looking for volunteers for Thursday. We need some volunteers just to help make sure people are getting where they need to go. They know direction. So if you're part of the church, know the church building, know where things go. I'm looking for you if you have some time. If you can, jump into my DMs. If you don't know, can't slide there, then go ahead and hit me up on my phone, text me, email me, let me know that you're available. We want to make sure that we're present. We're wearing our Cathedral Praise t-shirts, some bottoms, and that we know where we're going to be. And then there's a Zoom meeting that's going to take place, and I need to get that information to you so you'll know what's going to happen on that day. So please slide into my DM, or hit me up on my text, or hit me up on my email, or see me today at church and just let me know that you want to participate. That is this Thursday, the 14th. Then we have a STEM camp coming up on August the 23rd. We are looking for high school students. We're looking for those who may be freshmen in college. You just, went to college, but you need some thoughts. You don't know yet what you're going to do, what you want to be. And then also we have an opportunity for adult learners. We have Corolla, who is the largest water management system in the world. They will be there doing some STEM movements. We have Nashville State Community College. We have Urban League. Metro Water is going to be there. The school, Metropolitan School, Nashville Public School will be there, and Nashville Electric Service will be there. All these people will be there showing us different things about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you don't want to miss it. They've got demonstrations, and then they have opportunities. They have internships for your young people. That's why you need to come, so you can meet these people, vice presidents of these companies. They also have externships, and they have jobs available, entry-level positions available, and they want you to come to work. So if you know someone is interested in STEM, you know somebody that's interested in being an engineer, that wants to do cybersecurity or anything along those lines, why don't you tell them to come by? This is a great opportunity on August the 23rd. We'll have continental breakfast at 8. We'll kick off at 8:30, and they'll do a whole rotation. It will be there till like 3 o'clock. So it's all day. And this is the opportunity for everyone to be a part of this. So you need to show up. If you need more information, see me. Just check me out on my page. The information will be there for you to register your child, register your niece, your nephew, your community, register them. This is a way for you to step up and serve in the community. Now, listen to this. I'll be in Indianapolis. On this Thursday. So I'm calling all my family and friends that are in the surrounding areas: Fort Wayne, Muncie, Anderson, Indianapolis, Louisville. Y'all come on up. Hang out with me on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. I will be with Supervisor Darlene Stone. She happens to be my cousin. Supervisor Darlene Stone and Bishop Steen and Lady Steen. They'll be in their women's convention, and I have the privilege of ministering on Thursday night. There's no specific colors. Just come as you are. Come dressed for success. Come dressed to worship, because we're going to have a high time in the Lord. I cannot wait to get there and to share with the worship experience and share the word of God. That's on this Thursday, August the 14th, Indianapolis, Indiana, at 7 p.m. The flyer is on my page. And here is my last announcement, and I'm going to get out of here. And that is this. We started a Candid Conversations group. It's not a private group, it's open. Thank you for those who've already signed up, but for those who have not, we're going to get into some candid conversations, but I need you to respond. I'm just trying to see how you all are responding to certain things that I post, and just go ahead and hit in the chat. I want to make sure you understand this is for us just to come together and have conversations kind of outside of what I would consider church or biblical. This is just general conversation so we can understand how to process things and move things forward. It will always have a biblical undertone. It will always be found our actions in the Bible. But we just want to have these conversations because sometimes we get stuck in a rut and we need help. That's what that's for. It is not a place for you to sell your items. I don't need you over here recruiting on my page. Get your own page and recruit on your page. For my page, we're going to set it up the way God has told me to do it. So please do not interfere with it. I will block you. I will dismiss you. I will kick you out, because that's not what it's for. We want to protect the people who have signed up and want to actually enter into a good, healthy, candid conversation. All right. You got a lot at the end, but this is what I want you to remember, that your voice is valuable and your voice is powerful. Go out and speak life into everything that you do and say. God bless you. Bye-bye.